if you're anything like most people nowadays, you most likely have a little bit of uncertainty in your life or a lack of confidence, which is very common nowadays because most people I see walking around, or most people I know, they have no sense of real confidence in their life, or they don't really know who they are or what they're about. They have no conviction in themselves. So today I'm just going to quickly go over how you're going to start having conviction in yourself. You're going to know who you are, what you're about. You're going to feel comfortable in your own skin. You're going to be able to do whatever the fuck you want to do, whenever the fuck you want to do, and you're not really going to care about anyone else's opinion on what it is you want to do, and not in a corny like, oh, I don't give a fuck way, more of just like a, you just genuinely don't really care, and you're just going to go out and do whatever you want to do, right? Because that's a good goal to have. That's a good way you want to live. It's just you want to do whatever you want to do, not be influenced on what other people want from you or feel uncomfortable doing certain things, and it just messes up your little, your little short life that we do live. So you might as well live it however you want to live. So the most important thing for you to do is you have to know yourself very well, because most people don't know themselves at all. They're never by themselves. They never really know like what they pretty much don't even know anything about themselves, what triggers them, what makes them passionate, what excites them, anything like that. They don't know. So spend time by yourself, get to know yourself, get to know what you like, what you don't like, why you feel certain ways, what people do that makes you unhappy, why you are, just kind of always know why you are the way you are, what you like, basic shit, right? And this is going to help you because in order to be confident in who you are as a person, be comfortable in your own skin, you have to know who you are, right? Because if someone tells you, hey, you're like, for example, hey, you're fucking lazy, you know damn well you're not lazy because you do this, and that. So whenever they actually do say that, you're not going to care. For example, they say you're someone that's unfit. If you know yourself well, you're someone that constantly works out and makes it a priority in their life to work out. You know damn well, you know what? He can think that if he wants. I don't really care. I know I work out, so it doesn't really matter. And you're actually not going to care because you know damn well I work out every day. So what this person says doesn't fucking matter to me. So, it's good to know yourself. You're going to be a lot more comfortable, a lot more, in tune with yourself, and you're not going to feel uncomfortable in your own skin because you know damn well who you are. Now, you need to learn to be detached as well, because a lot of people, the reason that they're very, uncomfortable, the reason they're very insecure and all this stuff is because they have all these attachments to this world, which is literally everything is fucking temporary. Like everything that you see is gonna be gone one day, like at least in this world, you know what I mean? But everything's gonna eventually deteriorate. So all these people, they have all these things that they're attached to, all these people they're attached to, all these social statuses they're attached to, all these material possessions that they're really attached to, and that's what causes a lot of the insecurities, because we're attached to these things, and then they eventually start to define us, which is something that we all need to work on. I need to work on it as well, but I'm getting a lot better at being detached from things and knowing, okay, this thing is awesome, but it doesn't make me. I make me. I make the choices. I am myself. I'm not this fucking shirt. I'm not this car. I'm not my job. I'm not who I hang out with. Like you define yourself, and you can always switch it and be flexible and do this and do that. So it's good to be detached and just be, comfortable in your own skin. So yeah, when you don't have this, constant string pulling you to this thing, because just think about it this way. Most people, if you really think about it, if it wasn't for the fact that, they want to be accepted socially, most people wouldn't be, working jobs they hate. They wouldn't be pulling on debt that they don't need. They wouldn't be buying all these things to impress people. They'd be living a much simpler life and losing all this stress. But, the reason they have all this stress added up is so that they can, usually keep their status, or, get certain things that are material that they're attached to. And that's literally weighing on them. So that's why they're not as comfortable or smooth or confident in their own skin, because they have all these strings attached to things that don't even really matter. So it is easier said than done, but start learning how to be detached to the majority of things in your life. And another thing is, don't pretend to be anything that you are not. Be whatever you are, do whatever you want to do, but don't pretend to be. Don't pretend to be anything. Like if you want to be rich, for example, don't pretend to be rich and try to flex things you don't have. Actually do the hard work and do the work that is required to become rich. Then you don't even have to pretend. And because you've done that, you have a confidence in yourself, and you have some, you know who you are. You know what I mean? You've done the hard work, and then you reap the rewards, and you don't have to prove it to anyone. You don't have to show it. You know, the results speak for themselves. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to be comfortable and relaxed and confident in who you are, you have to be willing to have a flexible and open mind. Because if you only think that you're always right, and you only think a certain way, and you're not open, you know, I used to do this the same. I used to be very one-minded. I would not, listen to new ideas. I thought only I knew best, and I lacked a lot of confidence. I would not grow, and I wasn't nearly at the level I wanted to be. Now, I'm trying to be more open-minded, trying to learn more, trying to be flexible and mold and think. I'm like, damn, I don't have to be in just one category. I can morph, I'm flexible, I can evolve, I can actually do a bunch of different things. I'm not just in one category. Like I'm not just, the fucking finance guy, or I'm not just this person, or I'm not the guy that only dresses this way. I just can do whatever I want because I've learned to be flexible and adaptive and, hear people's perspectives on religion, pretty much on anything. And it's a good mindset to have because you'll, in order to grow, you have to realize that you're also learning and that you're also going to be wrong. So I'm fucking wrong a lot of the time. And it's good to actually know that you're wrong sometimes because you want to, evolve. So I'm sure eventually in the future, I'm going to be constantly making new videos and it's going to be updated. Oh, guys, I was wrong here. It actually wasn't this. It's actually this. This is better and this works. Oh, guys, I was actually wrong. But, I'm trying. I'm trying to give the best of what I have right now in comparison, and I'm trying to learn. So something for you to keep in mind is just keep that concept and then apply it to every part of your life. You always want to evolve and be learning and be growing and have the, humility to say, hey, I can be wrong too, but who cares? You know what I mean? At least we're learning and we're getting better. So who cares what anyone else thinks? And yeah, just learn to have this conviction when, eventually you'll get to a point where you can just walk around and be like, I really do not care what other people think, but not in a way like, not in a corny way, like I don't give a fuck what people think, but like, okay, who cares? Let's say for an example, I'm doing something that's a little embarrassing, but I'm doing something that I like. Who cares? This person thinks that I'm really obnoxious, whatever, right? I don't really care because number one, I'm doing whatever I want to do, so that's good for me. And then number two, like eventually, I don't even know them. You know what I mean? Even if I did know them, I'm not living with them all the time. Like I don't care if they don't like it. That's their own problem. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, and they're the ones that have to live with that. So yeah, just have this confidence. Like, yeah, you know who you are. For example, I'm Israel. I know what I'm about. I know what I'm here to do. I know what I want out of life. Anytime that I go anywhere, I'm not really shy in any scenario I'm at because I know who I am. If they want to judge me, they can. They're completely free to judge me. I don't really care because it's not going to change my day. It's not going to change my life. I'm still going to go out and do what I have to do, regardless of what anyone else thinks. So keep this mindset, and then you can apply it to anything. You can literally do anything. You apply to a job. Oh, they don't think you're qualified enough. Okay, well, I tried. Next time, we'll do better. We'll adapt. We'll change a few things, but at least I had that conviction of, hey, I think I'm good enough to get that job, and who knows, maybe you'll get it, right? So like, just a lot of examples like that. Let's say there's a girl or a guy you want to ask out. If you think you're not worthy of it, like it's just going to reflect and you're going to give off this weird energy. But if you have, you walk in with like, I don't really care. I only really live once. I'll go and ask her out, and then you just ask her out. Worst thing she can say is no. Or she can, even if she were to say like the worst thing ever, she was like, nah, you're fucking ugly, da 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 da. Like, okay, well, who cares? That was in the past. So you move on. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's only going to affect you if you let it affect you. If not, it's like, okay, move on. There's a bunch of other girls around. So why are you really worried about what that one person thinks? And then the one last piece of information I'm going to give, it's going to be a shorter video because I could keep going on about this, but I'll probably make more different videos about this. But think about it. There's someone out there who's exactly like you, same scenario, but they're in a completely different spot. And it's simply because of the way they thought and then of the actions they actually went about doing it. So that's just, a clue in to tell you, start thinking a certain way, start looking at yourself a certain way, start thinking the way you want to align yourself. Fix your mindset and fix your actions. Make your whatever your mind says, just make sure your actions follow it. Because if you just think a certain way, nothing's going to happen. But if you think a certain way and let it come out, your actions are going to reflect on that. And then eventually you'll get the results you want. Because there's someone out there who, same exact scenario as you, same everything, but they just think differently. And because they thought differently and acted differently, completely different life. So just keep that in mind. So just be comfortable, and then this is going to help you have some conviction in yourself, some self-conviction, and be more comfortable in your own skin. And you're gonna see the rewards. Like once you become comfortable in your skin, it opens up a whole new fucking world of things you can do. Because you're like, oh shit. Like most people limit their lives because of how they see themselves, how they view the world. They're not comfortable in themselves, and it just kind of, it fucks up their life because they're just living a certain life that's not, it's not what they want. They're living a life that they don't want. So this is going to help you live the life that you do want, be the person you do want to be, and just be comfortable and relax. You'll be able to do whatever the fuck you want, man.